A statistical investigation. Do Year 7 boys get more sleep per night than Year 7 girls? Where to source the data? Data can be sourced from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. The Australian Bureau of Statistics can be used to find specific sample sizes of data for investigations. Here is the URL. Displaying the data. To display the data, the first thing created was a stem and leaf plot. Following this, a dot plot was created, one for the boys and one for the girls. A double column graph was then created. The double column graph displays the boys and girls' sleep per night in the same graph. Sector graphs were also created, one for the boys and one for the girls. Lastly, frequency tables were created, one for the boys and one for the girls. Comparing the data. When comparing and interpreting the data in the tables, it appears that Year 7 boys and girls sleep for a similar amount of hours per night. This can best be seen in the double column graph and sector graphs. The double column graph displays the hours of sleep per night for Year 7 boys and the hours of sleep per night for Year 7 girls next to each other. Having the data displayed for Year 7 boys and girls next to each other visibly show the data in a way that is easy to compare. From the double column graph, we can see that Year 7 boys and girls sleep for a very similar amount of hours per night. Sector graphs display a percentage and should be clearly labelled. The sector graphs created display the percentage of students that slept for that particular number of hours. The use of percentages in the sector graphs provide more information about the data and make it easy to compare. We can see from the sector graphs that Year 7 boys and girls sleep for a similar amount of hours per night as the percentages are nearly the same. What worked best? Each of the data representations and graphs have been used to sufficiently display the hours of sleep per night for Year 7 boys and Year 7 girls. Although all of these data representations and graphs adequately display the hours of sleep per night for Year 7 boys and girls, the double column graph and sector graphs were the most effective. What did not work? The stem and leaf plot appeared to be the least effective way in displaying the data. Stem and leaf plots are the most effective when dealing with larger sets of data. Due to the minimal range in data for this investigation, the stem and leaf plots were not as effective. More data. The mean is the average, the total of all the numbers divided by the amount of numbers. Median is the middle number. The mode is the most frequently occurring number, while the range is the difference between the highest and lowest number. Answering the question. When investigating the data through graphs, tables, the mean, the median and mode, it can be seen that Year 7 boys and girls both get an average of 9 hours sleep per night. Although this can be seen in the graphs, the mean, median and mode confirm this, with the mean being 9 hours per night for both boys and girls. As previously stated, the results from the investigation show that Year 7 boys and girls both get an average of 9 hours sleep per night. These results, however, may not be generalised past the sample size. The sample size is too small to give a true indication of the hours of sleep per night. If using these results, please do so with caution, as the sample size is too small to give a true indication.
Created using Powtoon.